Hey everybody, back Hops Metal Show. It's Hop,
String,
Hartman.
This episode we're gonna do what we thought were the best albums come out in 2018.
well, our opinions of it anyway.
Yeah, and we got some honorable mentions that we're gonna put in there. And on my top 5, I just did them as when they come out this past year. So number 1 for me.
But before you get started, I want to throw this out there. I meant to say this something before we got started too. Obviously we're not sponsored. We just do this on our own. So we don't have the funds to go buy every single album that comes out. So this is just the stuff that we purchased. And out of all the stuff we purchased this year, this is what we've picked as our favorites of the 2018 releases. That being said.
Yeah, I can agree with that. What do you think? Can you agree with that, Randy? We
Yes,
can't
sir.
buy it all.
Yeah,
we can't sample it all. I'm sure there's plenty of stuff out there
I'm sure.
that we haven't heard, and you can let us know, and we'll check it out. Give you our opinion on what you think
Yeah,
they are.
definitely throw something out. We can always go on YouTube and check out a song or two anyway, and at least hear it.
Yeah, I mean, I got Spotify, so I'm on there all the time looking for new stuff. I know me and Chris were talking about today. You really gotta dig pretty deep anymore to find good stuff, but there's still a lot of good music out there.
It's out there.
Tons of it.
But all right, my first one is Judas Priest Firepower. Excellent album. It was released March 9th and produced by Tom Allman. And if anybody don't know who he is, he's done several Priest albums. He done some Sabbath, Def Leppard, and I just found out today he done the first Kicks album, which I think's pretty
Cool.
awesome.
Yeah.
Never would have known that, but that's my first pick, Judas Priest Firepower.
All right. Mine's not in any specific order. That's just my favorite 5 anyway. So I'm just going to start out with Metal Allegiance, super group. I mean, we're talking Mike Portnoy, Skolnick, Ellefson, just all kinds of guest musicians coming in and doing vocals. And, I mean, Bobby Blitz, John Bush, Troy Sanders, Max Cavalera, just full of just major talent on this album. As anybody knows, Portnoy's in about 600 freaking bands. So this is another one. If you know Portnoy, you know he's a killer drummer. So this is my pick so far.
Yeah, Portnoy is quite the
Portnoy's
big man.
man.
He's him, just Scott Soto or whatever. They're both the busiest people in metal, I believe. Jamie
Yeah.
Josta.
This comes in at my 5. This is a band out of Italy, Ultraviolence. They are a thrash band. Very young. I think probably the oldest one. What I see in the video, they've probably maybe the oldest one, maybe 25. And they dress old school. They wear the faded jeans, the high top shoes that were popular. That first thrash scene came in. And any band that pays tribute to the movie Clockwork Orange, you're definitely going to be on my good side. This is their 3rd record, and that's from the Doctor from Clockwork Orange. This was mine. It's just an old school thrash album in your face. Ultraviolence, Operation Mid-Direction.
I've never seen Clockwork Orange.
I've
Y'all
never
can
seen it
beat
either.
me with
You
the
really?
stick.
I've
if
heard
you
of the
want.
band, but I've never.
There's some people say you got to watch it drunk or whatever, but I've watched it sober. It'll really mess with your head.
Yeah, I've seen bits and pieces.
It's
of
bizarre.
it, but I've never.
I get a kick out of it.
I've never watched it. All right, so the next one is Striper, Goddamn Evil. Come out April 20th, 2 days before my birthday, and was produced by Michael Sweet. If you're any fan of Striper, these guys haven't lost it at all. I mean, we saw them live last year at M3. They rock. I mean, I don't know if Randy's seen them live.
I've never seen Striper.
But these guys, I mean, they're still pumping it out. Still great music. Even with the bass player switch, it still didn't hurt them none. I mean, they still sound phenomenal live. But that's coming in at number 2 for me.
Yeah.
Striper's Goddamn Evil.
His vocals, I got to take in bits and pieces, but he still has balls. I
It
mean,
factor.
he's got it. I mean, he's taken very good care of his voice, and it obviously we seen him last year or the beginning of the year, and he had it live. I mean, he sounded phenomenal.
Oh, his guitar work.
Yeah,
Phenomenal.
yeah, he's super talented guy. Still got it. My next pick is Overhausen, the new live Overkill, doing full start to finish horoscope, and then doing Field of Fire. These guys, I mean, they're just incredible. I mean, album after album after album, never let you down. I've heard one song off the new one that's coming out next year, and it's overkill. I mean, you get what you expect from them. And this DVD here and CD, it's just shows their talent and how much, you know, balls and power and everything they put into each show, and it's just phenomenal. And at least go out and check. I'm sure there's some stuff on YouTube if you haven't. I mean, check out. It's freaking phenomenal. I mean, their sound is killer, and they put 100%, 110% in every show. I mean, I've seen them many times, and I've never been disappointed.
These are two of the biggest Overkill fans I know.
I've seen them 3 times. They don't disappoint.
That's what I was telling him. I don't listen to them all the time, but just whatever I've heard people say is, you know what you're getting every time.
Oh, yeah.
You're getting a good album. So I agree with that.
The next one's another band, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Disturbed, Evolution. Love this thing. Really good song in here is like a ballad called Hold On To Your Memories, which I can relate to that now lately. This is really good. They've never disappointed me. So that's my next pick, Disturbed, Evolution. It's a good one.
That was their comeback. No, that wasn't the comeback album, was it?
No, this is right after. This came out maybe in September.
Really, when
know.
me and String have talked about this with Disturbed, when we used to go to Ozfest all the time, and Disturbed was kind of like Godsmack. You seen them every year, and you kind of got disturbed out. I mean, I did anyway. And, you know, kind of when they went away for a while and come back, and then I kind of got back into them. I'm like, you know, they're carrying the metal flag pretty hard now, I feel like.
Well, it's like they kind of got stuck in that rut where everything was starting to sound alike, and it just kind of was like, all right, you know, nothing new, same old. Wow.
Yeah,
You
how
know,
many
just,
times
yeah,
can
I
you
mean,
do
you
that?
can't put that in every single song, but you know, and it's like you said. I mean, over the years they've kind of tried to get themselves out of that rut, and I think they've put themselves in a better direction. And I think what I've heard lately, I don't have that, but I have heard some stuff, newer stuff, and I've been quite impressed.
I tell you what, they can nail some cover tunes.
Yes,
There
they
ain't
can.
no doubt about that. Even a
Shouts
Simon
on
and
it.
Garfunkel song,
Genesis.
man, tear it up.
Yeah, Shout's probably one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so number 3 for me, going with a little newer music here. Well, I guess an older band, but I love all their stuff, is Shinedown. Attention, Attention. It's kind of a concept album. I guess it's kind of like this guy that was raised up and had screwed up parents and this and that. But it's a really good Shinedown album. It's just, if you like Shinedown, it don't let you down. It's just as good as the rest of their stuff. It was released on May 4th. It was actually produced by Shinedown, which I didn't know they might have produced all their stuff. I haven't ever paid no attention to that stuff till lately. But that'd be my number 3 pick. I'm going with Shinedown, Attention, Attention.
Well, I'm going with this one. I think we just talked about this a little bit ago. And these guys have proved that they're not too old to throw the metal down and fly the flag proud and loud. We got to see them, man, just phenomenal.
Yeah.
I mean, phenomenal. Just these guys. I mean, I'm hoping they can keep putting out music. If it sounds like this, I mean, I'm going to keep buying them. It's firepower. I mean, everything on this, it's just balls in your, you know, just full on, just killer stuff. I mean, and for Glenn to have Parkinson's disease and still be able to play exceptionally well like he did on here. Man, he's the man. I mean,
well, it's like we've said, you know, these guys right here show you that the old guys are showing you what the metal's still supposed to sound like.
Yep.
They're still, man, they're hammering out there all the time. And that's an impressive album.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'd say it's running for album of the year. It's got to be hard to beat top that.
Yeah, it's a damn good album.
Next one, Dimmick Borgir in Uraner. I don't know if you spell it.
Yodian.
Yodian. This was really good. It's been their first record since Abracadabra, and that was, good God, 2010. So they've been gone a while. This one's really good. I like it. They've never let me down. I like them. They can take organs and keyboards and make them sound extremely evil and good. And I always like this band. So that's my next one coming in. Dimmick Borgir.
Alright, so this might be a good time. We did the list. We didn't get a real strong response for the list, but we got a couple. And shout out to Mike May. I was up at his house for draft, and me, him, Travis Rogers were talking about, man, Dee Snider's album that Jamie Josta wrote slams.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a lot of people were saying, well, he didn't write it, he didn't do none of the work, all he did was sing it. Well, but I think deep down inside there's a lot of artists out there. Not going to mention any names because I don't want to get any hate on me, but I think that's done more than what we realize.
Oh, yeah.
You know, songs are sold and artists didn't really write them and they recorded them. But that was Mike May giving love for Dee Snider's for Love of Metal. Curtis Vai come in at Parkway Drive, album called Reverence. I don't really know a lot about these guys. I guess String does. I think Darren Dove even commented that underneath Curtis's that he thought was they were a really great band.
Darren and I have talked about it before too. That I mean, they're kind of a newer band, but they've been around for several years now. But I'll talk about that more here.
And then Danny Crider, he actually gave me a couple. He come in at the last minute. He's got Stripers, Goddamn Devil, Blackstone Cherry, Family Tree, Corrosion of Conformity, No Cross, No Crown, which I might have to check that out. Machine Head, Catharus, and Red Dragon Cartel, Patina, which rocks. But that's the list there. So we'll get back into where we was at. And we do these shows, and I usually get comments, so if you want to be on the list, it's sometimes the list gets pretty interesting. Sometimes it's kind of quiet, but on all it does pretty good. Hops, metal, hard rock, and heavy metal page. A lot of good talking.
On Facebook.
Yeah, we're on Facebook. Yeah, I'll leave that out. And we talked about the Priest stuff. Me and String went to see Priest. And I have some videos on YouTube. I'm not really close, but the sound's incredible. If you're just wondering what they sound like live, just go. I think I've got 2 songs posted on there, and they're definitely worth checking out as far as the audio part. And we saw Black Star Riders open.
Mm-hmm.
I did. Then Lizzie's Jailbreak, and that come out really good. So if you're interested in what that stuff sounds like, it's on the YouTube channel. All right, so my next one is Dee Snider for the Love of Metal. Man, this sucker rocks. I mean, beginning to end. And like I said, it was released July 27, produced by Jamie Josta, who is Hatebreed's singer. And Dee didn't make no secret that he didn't record. Well, he didn't write none of it. He didn't do none of the music.
I heard
did the
interview with him talking on Sirius XM, and then what's the For the Love of Metal? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
He said that he mentioned in this interview or whatever it was that they kind of got in a room and was talking about the theme of what they thought would be a kind of a cool idea, and then they ended up kind of throwing some words out there and songs. And basically, the whole song's made up of song titles and stuff from other metal bands from way back to some fairly current, but he made it kind of sound like he did have his hands in some of the lyric writing in that song, at least. I don't know if it was mentioned on there or not, but
it kind of reminds you of it's different songs, but Randy, what was that Megadeth song? Family Tree. That's on was Euthanasia. That the whole song is Megadeth songs.
I think so. I haven't played that one in a long, long time.
But it kind of reminds me of that. That's what I thought of when I heard it. It's just like he said, it's just like different songs. Like they mentioned Slayer, I think they got a couple songs in there, and Twisted Sister, and it's just like the whole thing's just like he said, different rock songs, and to make a whole song.
Yeah, Jim Brewer did that on his CD that he came out with.
Yeah, that's
last
right.
Year,
Yeah,
I guess last year before last, whatever it was, he had a song similar to that kind of
rocks.
Yeah. Go
He's
see Jim
freaking
Brewer.
awesome. You got to overlook. I mean, I know everybody likes the. I can't even think of the movie now. What is the movie Jim Brewer's in with Dave Chappelle?
Half Baked.
Yeah, Half Baked. That's the movie everybody talks about. That's not Jim Brewer to me, but he's cool in that. But we gotta get off Jim Brewer though. All right, so
Back to the subject matter.
Going to number 5.
No, wait. I'm doing my
Oh,
number.
no. All right. Yeah, I'm rushing it. Sorry, guys.
All right. Anyway, as we talked about earlier, it's Parkway Drive, Reverence. These guys have been around for a few years now, and I've kind of kept up with them a little bit. I kind of watched a video on them years ago, and they're from Australia, and it was kind of like them touring around in a back of a van and camping out on the beaches and stuff, and going to these different places just to play, for 10 people if they had to. But it was just showing it. Basically, it was a day in the life, kind of. Well, it was almost like a month in life or something like that. But it was really, and it kind of impressed me on what these guys were doing and what they were putting themselves through just to get their music out there and let people hear it. And so I've kind of kept up with them, and as I've heard their songs, and it's just, you can hear the maturity level keep raising. And this album here, it's there's like 2 songs on here. It's kind of more of like a spoken word kind of a thing, but everything else, man, it's just full on that new. I don't keep up with the different styles and genres or whatever, but to me, it's just heavy metal and it's fucking kick ass. And definitely go check them out. If you got Sirius XM, I'm sure you've already heard it. If you listen to Liquid Metal anyway, because they've been playing Wishing Wells on there, and Absolute Power, they played the shit out of that one. Both, well worth checking out anyway. And there's another song called Pray. It's pretty killer. But these guys, they're pretty heavy and in your face, but they got some good lyrical content to it too. So it's got some good uplifting messages in their songs too. So
I think I might have heard them. I can't remember.
Next coming in, big surprise. It's for you, Graver. Right there. The band that does not disappoint. The most weirdest, bizarrest, craziest, messed up band that has walked the earth in the last 20 years, and I love it. It's relaxing. Sounds like 80s dance, and then they punch you in the face. You feel like dancing again. You punch somebody in the face. This band, I've seen them twice, and it is one hell of a show. And so they come in at number 2, Ghost.
I was not as happy with that album as I was hoping to be. There was some good stuff on there. But
I like the other one better, though.
Grievance flies the flag. Yeah, he's all about them guys.
And I agree. I've seen them once, and phenomenal.
Yeah, I've never. Great. They were a lot different. I remember the first time I heard them, I didn't think they were way different from what I thought they'd be. I thought they were just going to be straight.
Well, I saw the album cover when that store was over at Luray. It presents a message. I thought it was a typical black metal mass. It's a guy, looks like a priest with a pin. I'm like, okay, I like that. I put it on like, the hell?
You look at it and the image doesn't explain
actually
the music style at all.
There's no guttural vocals.
No.
There's no whatever. They're playing their instruments.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, well, it's like,
I think I heard.
You're gonna have one sip, you gotta have another.
I think I've heard them before I seen them, their image and the whole thing behind the Ghost, and wasn't what I was expecting.
No,
it didn't mesh when I looked at it and heard it together.
No, it freaked me out. People told me, you're gonna take a chance on this, so I did, and I've been with them for I don't know however long they've been out. That first one's still my favorite.
Oh, yeah.
I remember I loved them so much, still do, when I went to Maryland Death Fest. And Maryland Death Fest will sell merchandise of bands that are not playing. And these vendors are all over the world. I don't know what accident he had, and friends took me up there, and I was like, you guys go where you're going to go. I'll catch these bands later. I had $300. Safe to say it was all gone. I went the first one, and he had go side, and I'm like, anything goes. Give it to me. We have patches. I bought 2 patches, and I bought a shirt which I wore out, which was a Clockwork Orange parody Ghost shirt. Wore that out. That was the first shirt I ever had, and I still got the patch to this day on my vest. So that was quite a day, and I went there especially to see the bands and to get Ghost merch.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah, that's I did.
All right, now you can do your number 5.
All right. Yeah, let's roll my number 5 now. All right. In case y'all didn't know, Jakey Lee's band Red Dragon Cartel has a new CD out. Come out October 24th. Produced by Max Norman. I don't know if Randy, you keep up producers?
No.
Because he did some Ozzy stuff and Megadeth and Loudness. I don't know which Ozzy albums he done.
Well, that's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
But being
Loudness.
that Jakey Lee wanted him, he must have done The Ultimate Sin and maybe Bark at the Moon would be my guess.
2 of my favorites.
And but yeah, if you like Jakey Lee, if you like the first Red Dragon Cartel's disc, it's pretty good. Corey Huffman actually had sent me a message and was telling me how good it was, and I went on Spotify and checked it out and figured I'd go ahead and order it because it didn't let me down. Jakey Lee done some good work on this. So my number 5, Red Dragon Cartel, Patina.
All right, I had to do a little research here because I couldn't remember what this dude's name is. Shagrath. Anyway, so this looks familiar. Does it not? Dimmu Borgir, Eonian, however you want to say it. Straight up black metal, but just the whole orchestra and the chorus stuff they do is just it just blends so well. And the singer that I had to look up his name because I couldn't remember, but Shagrath. He and the 2 guitar bass players, they're the ones that write and arrange. He's the singer's the one that actually arranges everything and does all the orchestra stuff, but just phenomenal stuff. It's just so much power and just classical music and death metal and black metal just kind of mesh so well together. It's just that the big boom, just power just that you get out of it, and it comes through on this like fierce. And if you want to check it out, go on YouTube, look up Dimmu Borgir, and look up I don't know if it's listed under Forces of the Northern Night or not, but if you go and you listen to Gateways and what was the other one? I don't see it on here. I know it's on here though. Oh, the Prognosis of the Great Apocalypse. Both of those are just full on the classical music, and they have on that live album they have the full orchestra. They have a choir come in, and they're all on the stage, and they kind of pull all that off on the CD, and it's phenomenal.
Yeah, they get some stuff live.
Yeah,
it's pretty impressive.
Definitely go check out the. I can't even read them on here because they got the weird writing, but the Summit. The Summit's on this one. This one, that's I can't remember what the word is. The Interdimensional Summit. That's what it was. Go check that on YouTube. That's the good one on this one. I love that one song so much on that.
Last but not least, top of the world, Judas Priest, Flower Power.
3 times.
The band that does not disappoint. You know, people can say, well, have you forgotten Turbo? Well, I have an answer for that. I would much rather hear synthesizers than a band trying to take pots and pans
We're not going to mention any names.
and have something around your neck called anger. We don't need to go there. But anyway, this right here is just a big metal fist in your face. I am not disappointed. Got into this band by chance. The show back in the day, Radio 1990, when all these bands were coming out. It's like, oh, Judas Priest and Love Bites. Heard it, went out and bought the Defenders of the Faith. And one thing I've always been impressed by these guys is their phenomenal artwork for their albums. And every tour that they do, their stage changes and their look. I like the band that for every time they go out on tour, they keep that sound kicking ass, and we change the outfits if that's what you want. I like that. You know, Kiss done it, Motley Crue done it, even Ozzy Osbourne did it, and I like that a lot. But this one just, I wore this out from the time I got it, and I'm still playing it. So thank you, Rob Halford. I saw these guys in the Painkiller tour. Priests, Testament opened up for them. They were the Souls of Black tour. And the middle band was Megadeth for the Rust in Peace. That was at the Capitol Center. So I definitely,
album too.
for $25, I definitely got my little bang for my buck. So this right here, top of the world, my Judas Priest Firepower.
Yeah, that tells you how great that album is. If it made all three of our countdowns, so on just 5, we had to pick just 5 albums for the year, and all 3 of us picked Firepower.
And this one came out early in the year, so there was a lot of stuff that came after it that
they said
didn't really matter because this one was so much better.
But my God, they put the bar up high. I mean, kind of like Dave did that year with Dystopia. I mean, it's just like, here's what we can do. Y'all come along for the ride. I got some honorable mentions. I was going through, and these were some CDs that just didn't quite make the countdown, but I still thought they were great. So I think Strings actually got a couple also. So I'll just go ahead and do all mine, and then he can do all his. Jizzy Pearl, Love Hate, All You Need Is Soul, great CD. If you like Jizzy Pearl's voice on Love Hate, it's not 100% Love Hate, but I think you will enjoy it. Typical, Zakk Wylde, Black Label Society, Grimmest Hits, good stuff. Zakk never disappoints. And a lot of bands do remixes and remasters and all this. But I will say, I've listened to a lot of remasters in my time. Kicks, man, these guys brought it home. They brought in a different producer, redone the songs, put the demos out. Great, man, great 30th anniversary. Way to go, Kicks.
Yeah.
You guys did a phenomenal job. I don't know if Randy's heard it yet.
No.
I know I'd let String bar it.
Well, we had a guy at work that he talked about how improved everything sounded. He's like, man, it's unbelievable how different that album sounds now that they've redone it.
Yeah, because
they brought out everything.
Because see, it was remixed by Beulah Hill, which Beulah Hill did Midnight Dynamite.
They did some other stuff too. That name sounds very familiar.
Tom Werman, I think, actually did Blow My Fuse first time. It sounds muddy, and they brought the guitars up, and they brought up. So if you were a fan of Blow My Fuse, definitely spend the money and get the remaster because you will be very happy. And last but not least, the lovely Lzzy Hale. Vicious album, great album. She put out another powerhouse. This might be the heaviest one yet. Especially the opening track, Black Vultures, great jam. But those are my recommendations if you're looking for stuff to buy in 2018.
They released a lot of stuff off this. Yeah. Uncomfortable, Do Not Disturb.
Do Not Disturb, man. That's a wild video. Yeah. That's a pretty cool song, too.
Yeah. All right, so my couple, the 20th anniversary?
30th
anniversary. Yeah, I was going to say 20 didn't sound right, but yes, look, okay, we got 2 30th anniversaries there. The re-release of the album itself, it's not too much different. The Kicks is way different sounding. I mean, you could tell there. This one you can kind of tell a little bit, But just the extra disc that you get with this one, it's got all these live tracks and demo tracks, and sometimes you get the demos and you hear them and they're like, well, that doesn't sound a whole lot different from the original. This one, you can actually tell a lot of difference between the songs that were the demos, and there's a lot of cool live stuff on here too. And I mean, it's 18 tracks just on the bonus disc that comes with it, just all kinds of stuff. So it's not just all demos on this, it's a mix of demos and live. Definitely worth checking out. I mean,
you know, we're at 30 years, and I believe everybody at this table agree. 30 years, we still don't have a debut as strong as Appetite. I don't think. I don't. Yeah, I'm like Randy. I don't know if we haven't seen nothing in 30 years. I don't know if we will in our lifetime.
It didn't come any stronger than that.
Yeah.
You know.
All right. So another runner-up I had is the D. Snyder. So I think we've already talked about that. It is a very good album. Bad Wolves, Disobey. Great songs on this. I mean, there's all kinds of. It's a good mix of sounds too. It's not just like one kind of a thing. You got some heavier songs. You got some kind of more mellow stuff. It's a good mix of stuff on here. And then, of course, they redid the zombie song.
Oh yeah, that is.
Yeah, that song. I'm sure you've heard that. If anything, on here.
There's another track on there that's really good.
Yeah, Hear Me Now. I like that song, but this one didn't have the on that song. They redid it with Diamante, and on here it's just the singer for Bad Wolves. It's not with her on it, so I was kind of disappointed after I got it and they didn't have that version. But anyway, well, there went that. But it's a good album, scratched or not. So then, Light the Torch, Revival. Howard Jones from Killswitch Engage, former singer for Killswitch Engage, his new band. They were called something else, and it's not coming to mind right now. But they changed their name. It's basically, I think, the same band, except they just changed their name. Damn good album. It's Howard shows his skills. You know what he sounded like in Killswitch. Pretty much the same thing. It's got some heavier vocals, growly stuff, clean vocal stuff, and he pretty much the same thing he did in Killswitch, just a little bit different sound. It's not quite Killswitch sounding. So another band, Chemist, Doom, kind of doomy, and a little bit of death kind of grousing in here and there. Definitely worth checking out. I think this is their third album, so they're fairly new guys around. I want to say they're out of Texas, but I can't remember. But definitely check these guys out. If you're more into the doom metal and that kind of stuff, check them out. I think you'll like them. Chemist. And that was what I had. I don't know. You said you didn't have much. So
I did find out something interesting. Randy brought to my attention. We had a guy that left some comments on my YouTube channel. A guy named, what was it, GG Man or something?
Gonads or something.
Come to find out, it's Greg Marks. So, Greg, the challenge is here. We are doing, I go ahead and let it out the bag, we are doing a Metallica roundtable, I think, Sunday. And it is going to be Jerry Lambert, Larry Love Yankee, Randy, myself, and we're challenging Greg Marks to come to this roundtable about Metallica. If you think Metallica is that great, come and speak your piece.
That's right. Come defend your faggot band, boy. Come defend them.
It should be.
Your team sucks, and I guess your band sucks too.
It should get interesting. I'm looking forward to this because it's just, I just know how torn everybody is. Metallica put out a lot of great stuff, and they put out a lot of stuff that ain't so great, but it's just to hear. So that's my challenge. My challenge is Greg Marks to show up at Randy Hartman's to do the Metallica roundtable. So that's you,
that's
Greg.
you, Greg Marks.
That's right.
And everybody else that you might be seeing this for the first time, subscribe and like. Get the notifications when we post new stuff. Down
Comments.
Yeah, the comments
Do
section.
the comments too.
We always love it. We'll talk about anything. Not anything, but anything metal wise, we'll discuss it. That's what it's all about. Get input, and if you want to be a guest on the show, just let us know. We do these quite often, and I enjoy them a bunch. I think they pretty much do too.
I love doing them. They're fun.
Yep, great time.
All right, so this is our 2018 honorable mentions
And
mentions
mentions and honorable mentions.
and list and all that good stuff. We're out of here.